action on two. Well, we're used to seeing a lot of player movement in the offseason, so how long do you think it takes, Doris, for a reconstructed team to get together and find that mesh point?
Kevin, that is not an answer we will know. A season has to play out. Look back to the Boston Celtics, who were 20-21 at one point before going on to the NBA Finals. Chemistry, how you're going to play, new faces, all of these things have to find a way to come together.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. We've got Green all out there with Kevin Huerter. Then it's Turner. And it's Sochan in at the 4. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. The Timberwolves shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Guys, you have to remember when thinking and talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves, it's an organization that is still so young.
You know, basketball historians will remember that the Minneapolis Lakers, Doris, won 5 titles before relocating to Los Angeles in 1960.
And I think the current crop of T-Wolves fans, Kevin, see this as a completely different franchise from that historic team. In their minds, they haven't won a championship yet. And that fact should really motivate this current roster to get one for this group.
Edwards, that's good.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards in the painted area is going to be a force. Size, strength, and hops. Look out.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
There's Green with the 3. It's not going to go for him. And Minnesota now the other way. Carter outside. Towns, the pass to Edwards. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there. Out to Carter. Jacks up a 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
And that's not an easy environment to play in. To score at the rate they did on the road says a lot about their intensity and focus.
Now here's Towns. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Bangs home the trifecta. Edwards got 7.
Well, don't think twice. Ball touches your hands, you let it go, Anthony Edwards.
Here's Green. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
The Hornets shooting their first free throws of the evening.
Green, 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Green. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Edwards kicks to Towns. No good from outside. For Charlotte, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. It's rebounded by Towns.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that play. That's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Karl Anthony Towns, one of those 5 men that you can play in a big lineup, you can play in a small lineup. Because of the diversity of his offensive game, you can mix his spots on the floor. So important.
Griffin's checked in for Josh Green. Now here's Gobert. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Good work defensively by Turner.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Something people always mention, Doris, about Miles Turner is what a strong leader he is.
Kev, consider how rare it is. Miles Turner was voted captain after just his 2nd season in the league. He's positive, he's willing to be a vocal presence, and his attitude about being a terrific teammate contributes to what people think of him. If you leave a teammate of LaMelo Ball that wide open, I promise you he will find him.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, Steve Clifford had a few minutes to share with me. He told me it's always a challenge when you face a team this opportunistic. He said those guys are going to look to take advantage of any weakness. We have to really communicate defensively tonight. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, David, thanks. We appreciate the report. They're in a tough spot to try to figure out how to slow down those shooters, GA.
Yeah, it's going to take a great defensive effort from all 5 guys. Should be fascinating to watch.
I think part of that is making sure your effort allows you to stay connected to shooters. That takes 2 things, coordination and communication.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Knights checked in for Rudy Gobert. Stanley Johnson comes in for Towns. Lamb is checked in for Anderson. And Moore subbed in for Edwards. Now here is Carter. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Toronto. Takes a 3. No good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. It's Jones on the wing. Defended by Carter. Here's Sharp. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
To the middle. Here's Knight. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Pass to Turner. With the fadeaway. They get it back. Out to the right wing. To the inside. And taken away by Johnson. Outside, Lamb. Kicks to Carter. And the layup is good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Turner against Johnson. Shot's good by Turner.
Miles Turner has great versatility, so he can score from anywhere, but right there is his bread and butter.
Now here is Carter. Passes it to Knight. The rebound by Turner. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for the Hornets. Trailing by 2. Here's Sharp. A rebound by the Timberwolves. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
It's always a good thing when the defense is scrambling. Whenever there was open space on the perimeter, their shooters were able to locate it.
Just 3 to shoot. Here's Lamb. A 3-pointer off the mark. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. The Timberwolves on top. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
A pair of #1 picks are at the forwards. Edwards in town. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Carter. And it's Moore in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And sometimes in the closing moments, NBA games can slow to a crawl. Of course, you and I know that firsthand. Intentional fouls. Replay reviews. What should the league revise in terms of that?
The most important thing they did is take some of the replay reviews and allow Secaucus to deal with it. That speeds up action. The fact of the matter is, fouls and free throws at the end of the game are part of strategy. And yes, we need to be quick with replay reviews, but we have to understand this is strategic and important stuff that happens.
Charlotte in the lead. Now the pass to Richards. Ball kicks to LeVert. Fires for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. LeVert's got 5 points so far.
Well, you cannot allow Caris LeVert to square up from deep. When he's in rhythm, he's going to knock down that shot with great consistency.
Carter looking around. And no good. And the Hornets now going the other way. This is their first chance this season playing the Timberwolves.
And remember, they won both games in this matchup last year. No small feat.
These two teams could easily end up meeting to decide the NBA championship. Tonight could be a preview of something with more on the line down the road.
The shot's good. 9 points for Anthony Edwards.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does. That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Minnesota calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And Anderson kicks to Carter. Pass to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
This guy doesn't need to get off his feet that much to get above the rim. Rudy Gobert making his presence felt.
To the wing on the left. Here's Ball. And Ball slams it in.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. So many electric players in this NBA, Doris. But you think LaMelo Ball is as exciting as any?
He is at the top of the list, but that list is long. Think about a Ja Morant. Think about an Anthony Edwards. The league is in good hands for decades to come.
Here's Edwards. Out to Carter. Ball stolen. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Sohan. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Now it's a 6-point Hornets lead. LeVert against Edwards. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Anthony Edwards has got his rhythm, and he's got a well-rounded offensive game. Look out.
Minnesota making some changes. Heights checked in for Gobert, and Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Edwards. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Turner's checked in for Nick Richards. Griffin comes in for Green. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Karis LeVert. And Jones subbed in for Ball. Here's Anderson. Outside, Towns. Knight against Turner. Pass to Anderson. Here's Towns. Hornets with the rebound. Turner's got 6 rebounds in the game. Jones looking for an opening. The offensive rebound. Griffin, no one around him. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with the basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Anderson passes to Towns. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Karl Anthony Towns said he believes that he is the greatest big man shooter of all time. What do you think?
Well, Kev, I think a guy by the name of Dirk Nowitzki might have a thing or two to say about it, but I love Karl Anthony Towns' attitude. You have got to believe in your skills if you're going to have the kind of success that Cat has had in this league, and we know he is lethal from deep. There's real synergy in play right now on the offensive end. The pass was right where it needed to be.
Lamb with the ball. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. With the teardrop. Knight kicks to Anderson. Griffin with the steal. Fast break now for Charlotte. Jones is running. And it goes down 2 points. And it's a 12-point Hornets lead.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Griffin against Anderson. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And good that time.
This is what you get when you combine size and touch. Karl Anthony Towns in the paint, that's good.
Sochan, the pass to Turner. Overnight, the shot by Turner, no good.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
To the right side. Right side, Towns. Yep, that one goes in there. Towns has got it back down to within single digits for the Timberwolves. And here's Huerter. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. From outside, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for this.
Thanks for joining us. And first off, let's take a look at the players of the week. In the East, Trae Young.
Young's offensive output has been off the chart. He's always a high-usage guy, but...
Now back to our game. Pretty impressive first half for the Hornets.
They move the ball, guys. Very unselfish. Keep everyone involved. Gotta be...
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far, the defense has not been able to counter it.
Tipping off the second half. Here's Steve Clifford's 5. LaMelo Ball is out there with Kevin Huerter. And it's Green, and there's Miles Turner, and it's Sochan in at the 4-man position. Here's Edwards. A shot, no good. And the Hornets now going the other way. Ball finds Green from 12 feet out, and Ball gets it to go on the assist from Green. Ball's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Hornets. Carter outside. Back to Edwards. And Carter has it in the corner. Shot clock at 6. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Gobert with the defensive effort. Timberwolves trail by 10. To the paint. Here's Towns. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
This guy is just such a load to handle. Karl Anthony Towns spends a lot of time shooting free throws.
And the Hornets making a change here. Richards is checked in.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Here's Ball. Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. And Edwards launches it from deep and airballs the triple. That one was way off. Richards passes to Huerter. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
You love the fact that LaMelo Ball is not timid about drawing contact on the interior. Get that foul drawn, LaMelo.
The Hornets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And one of the highlights on the season has been their ability to make free throws. How about 82% as a unit?
Lammy's checked in for Anderson. The Hornets also with the sub. LeVert's checked in for Kevin Huerter. For 3, Edwards. Can't get it to go. Now 6 of 12 from the floor.
Wow, another empty possession out of the gates. 0 for 4 in this half. Brutal.
3-pointer, LeVert. The shot, no good. Timberwolves go the other way with it.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Three-pointer, LeVert. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got his 8th assist here tonight.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that.
Well, you got to help out the team whenever you can, and this group of shooting guards have helped out on the glass for their respective teams this year. The 4th spot held by Anthony Edwards.
And these are sort of your do-it-all guys. I mean, even if rebounding isn't necessarily a priority for shooting guards, it's still something that helps your team get wins.
Oh, no doubt about it. Their contributions on the glass provide their team with a huge bonus. As hard as they work on the glass, it makes things a lot easier for their teammates in the post. Lessens the load a little bit on those interior guys.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Back to Ball. Passes it to LeVert. This one for 3, and it's the Hornets another 3.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
LeVert against Lamb. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
I know he wants to answer the 3 that was just made on the other end, but he can't let that affect his judgment. He's got to find the best shot possible.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Gobert kicks to Edwards. Good on the triple. Edwards got 5 points now this quarter.
I'll tell you, what a night. He has been efficient. He's been strong. Unfortunately, they're still fighting an uphill battle.
Some changes for Minnesota. Knights checked in for Gobert. Stanley Johnson comes in for Towns. And Moore subbed in for Carter. Down low, LeVert. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Edwards against Ball. It's deflected.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
It's LeVert on the wing. From the arc. The Hornets rebound. It's LeVert on the wing. There's Ball with the 3. Anthony Edwards with the rebound.
Well, after hitting 1 triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since. Amazing individual performance, but you'd like to see more guys start to get involved. I don't know if he can do it alone.
And how about the impact Anthony Edwards has had?
This guy's a real game changer on the floor. Scores it at a high clip, can play big inside and play big outside. Does everything on the floor with a passion, with a joy, and with a flair.
And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him. Carter, he's checked in for Moore.
Substitution on the court.
There's a minute left in the third quarter. Griffin against Edwards. Just 4 to shoot. From 15 feet away, Griffin with some nice D.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
It's tipped. Edwards against Griffin. Johnson in the corner. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. The feed tonight. Drops in the layup for 2. Knight's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, when he's this deep, it's going to be tough to stop him, especially with a smaller defender.
Here's Sharp. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte. Here's Lamb for 3, Edwards. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Edwards, such an explosive scorer. You don't want to concede that three-point shot. Boy, that's going to make him feel good.
And he trains the 3, but let's see. They may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball.
The previous play is under review.
But it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And even though, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And it looks like they got it right this time. No basket. The clock had expired while the ball was still in his hand.
And even if they don't show it, I know.
Caris LeVert has been on display for Charlotte. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. And we'll be right back after this. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Timberwolves trail by 7. Out on the perimeter, Edwards and Anderson. Underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. And it's Carter in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Edwards. It's rebounded by Herter. Hornets leading by 7. Here's Sharp. Second chance shot, and the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And some changes here for the Hornets. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Griffin. Josh Green comes in for Sharp, and Ball subbed in for Tyus Jones. And it's Anderson with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Turner with the steal. Herter on the wing. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
3 points.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Charlotte.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
Something else that they've had working for them is attacking the offensive glass. Boy, taking advantage and creating second chance points. Impressive.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Timberwolves trail by 16. Outside Edwards. He kicks to Towns. Six on the shot clock. Back to Edwards. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. And it's Carter missing.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Here's Ball. He goes up again. Turner down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, LaMelo Ball.
As the ringleader of their offense, he has been on his game tonight, spreading the ball around, keeping everyone involved, making sure the offense never gets bogged down. He's just giving them just what they needed at that point guard position.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. Sinks the triple.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Edwards looking it over. They could use a bucket, and it's sent back by Turner.
I tell you love the attitude of Miles Turner. No one is getting off these shots when he's nearby. No one.
Green against Anderson. Kicks it to Gobert. And there's the pass to Carter. Now here's Anderson. Towns sets the pick for Anderson. That one's not going to go. Great D that time from Green. Inside. And Ball slams it in.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Fans, give a round of applause for your Timberwolves dancers.
Carter against Ball. Now Gobert. He dishes it to Edwards. Carter outside. 5 to shoot. Another miss by Minnesota.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Pass to Edwards. Can they get it? Green with the rebound. Green's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Ball. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Ball's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, you have to be willing to take what the defender gives you. LaMelo Ball gets into that mid-range, makes the defender pay.
Anderson passes to Towns, and the shot goes down.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Knights checked in for Rudy Gobert. Stanley Johnson comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. Morris checked in for Edwards. And Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Javon Carter. And Lamb kicks to Anderson. 1:29 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Knight. Hornets with the rebound.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Hornets.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for LaMelo Ball.
This guy putting on a passing clinic. If you want to know how to run an offense, roll back the tape from this evening.
At the top of the key, Knight. Moore in the corner. Lets it go from deep. The shot, no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. A nice shot by LeVert.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Feeds it to Lamb. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Outside Griffin. LeVert from outside. No good there. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need